It's Mardi Gras time again, and I have to hide the little baby inside the bread. Take a look at how gorgeous the bread is. It's so colorful, right? Now let's take a look at how we make this.
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
First, we have to go ahead and activate the yeast. So I'm getting 1/3 cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast, and I'm going to use some of the sugar from the allotment of sugar. Check the description below because I'm going to have this recipe for you, okay? So set that aside for 8 minutes, put the rest of the sugar in with the flour. The yeast is ready. So I make a very easy version of king cake. All it takes are 6 ingredients. 5 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of granulated white sugar, half a cup of butter melted. My butter is salted, so I'm not going to add any salt. 3 eggs, 3/4 cup of milk, and the yeast. The yeast is 2 tablespoons of yeast. And what I do is use some of the sugar from the allotment of sugar to go ahead and activate the yeast, all right? So that's what I've done so far. So now the yeast is ready. So what I'm gonna do is just mix right here, mix in the sugar, make a well of sorts, right? Pour in the yeast mixture first. Why? Because you don't want to forget to put it in. I've done that in the past, where I forget to put the yeast in. Pour in the butter. I've melted it a while ago, so it's not hot. You go ahead and beat up these 3 eggs. Well, this bread is like gold right now because you know eggs are super duper expensive. Pour this in. Let's work this in. See, this is like a dough hook for the stand mixer. You don't need a stand mixer, okay? You don't like the feel of flour and stuff? Put on some serving gloves, not the latex gloves, because some people are allergic to latex, but the gloves that you use when you're serving food. Here comes the milk. And we might need some more water, but we'll put all the milk first, all right? You guys are also getting a little bit of behind the scenes because I had 4 cameras going. The one right in front of me is taping a short or a reel. See how the camera's turned differently? And then I had one here, but it just died. The battery just died. I didn't plan to tape today, okay? I planned to just edit today. But then I realized that Fat Tuesday is coming up. So let me get this done for y'all. A little bit more water. You guys see how I'm turning it? You want to cook more at home, but recipes can be overwhelming. That's because most recipes cater to a large group. The solution is my small batch book, No More Leftovers. Enjoy air fryer wings and other appetizers for 2, small batch Belizean breads, main dishes for 2, small batch dishes and drinks and smoothies for 1. You'll be able to stay on your eating plan or diet because my recipes for mini cakes, pies, and cookies only yield enough for you to enjoy a treat and share with a couple of friends or family. Pick up a copy of my small batch book at www.bearpantryshow.com. Shop safely and securely at www.bearpantryshow.com. Let's get it out of here. We're not even gonna wash this bowl because we're just gonna let it rise in this bowl. So just knead this out the way. The sanding sugar, I didn't have any of that left from years ago when I did this bread. Somebody had sent me the kit. When I went to Amazon, the kit's kind of pricey, almost $20. And it only comes with the sanding sugar and the little baby. One of them came with a box of probably a cake, not a bread like this. But I didn't want that, so I used some sugar that I have that's big grained, big granules, and I put some dye on it. At first they said you should use gel dye, well, food coloring, right? That's what I'm calling dye, but that didn't work. So I use the liquid one, and I use purple, yellow, and green. So that's what we have to sprinkle on top of the bread. Okay, so this is ready. Just set it here. Then put a cloth on it. We're gonna come back in 1 hour, which will be 4:30. 1 hour later, it's doubled in size. So let me go ahead and get the dough from the bowl, and then I'm gonna punch it like it owes me money. I got that line from One Pot Chef years ago, guys. Just go ahead and knead it until all the air comes out. Then use a rolling pin to roll it into a long, narrow rectangle. It's gonna be about 12 inches wide on the narrow end. And we wanna go ahead and split it into 3 equal pieces. And I'm just going to flatten it out a little bit more because, you know, it likes to shrink. I'm putting some strawberry jam in this middle piece. Don't put too much of the jam because it's going to be hard to roll it, okay? So then just pinch it and roll it like a towel, like this. So see why you don't want to put too much of the jam. And then sew it shut, just like this here. Then on the other 2 pieces, I'm going to put cinnamon sugar, so I'm putting some melted butter first. So this strip and the other one. And then pinch it and roll it. Tuck and roll. So now we're going to just plait or braid the 3 pieces. See? Some people can't braid, so they do a twist and they only do 2 pieces. But I'm doing 3. And then this time around, you know, I'm going to go ahead and coil it like a snake. The last time when I did my video, I didn't do it like this. So this is a little bit different. Put it on a grease baking sheet and then cover it up for like an hour. It's ready. The oven is up to temperature at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to go for about 30 minutes. All right. So I removed it from the tray and allowed it to cool a little bit. Then I'm putting melted butter and the sugar that I made earlier. So just go one in, one out with the colors. And then now it's time to hide the baby. I saved this baby from years ago. You can't bake the baby in the bread, okay, because the baby is plastic. So I put it in here. Who gets the baby when the bread is cut is the one that's going to have good luck all year. Shh. Now I'm making some glaze, and this is just powdered sugar, milk, and some lemon. And just put as much glaze on the top as you want. And then here, cut it. See the baby right there? Yes, I got the baby. It's pretty, right? You guys, try it. Make your own sugar. You saw that I used the sugar with big grains. Find the baby at Walmart. I think you'll get the baby at Walmart. If you don't have the baby, so what? You have the bread still. I put the jelly because I like, well, the jam. But you could just do the cinnamon sugar and all pieces of it. And your bread is going to come out nice like this, alright? So if you like this video, take a look at this one that I have lined up for you. Bye!
This is the Beth Andrews Show.